had to sort of visit her dad with everybody else attached to his hip. And it's like, oh, 28 years old, and she finally gathers up the nerve, and she's afraid to ask. And the dad is like, oh, you mean without so-and-so and so-and-so? Just me? And no biological father should ever respond that way. Just be like, oh, totally. You know, I don't know why I didn't think that myself, since that's my job. So then that becomes, you know, how can we still bother Sharon? How can we still be attached to his hip while she's trying to have lunch with him? Oh, we'll call on speakerphone in the car. We'll text a lot. So that's how, you know, uncool and boundary violating they were. You ask for one lunch or dinner and it becomes all out massacre of the person who got the nerve. We got to figure out how to get rid of her. She actually asked to have lunch with her dad without us. It's like, fuck you, you know? But they found a way. They came creeping in through the speakerphone in the car. Right, honey? Right, honey? Where are you now? Oh, we just wrapped up lunch and I'm taking Sharon back to the... Oh. So, anyway, just saying. So I'm glad I didn't walk across. I used to be all citified. I used to just walk like, oh, there's no cars coming. These days I wait. I totally wait until the sign. And even then I'm wondering who's going to come barreling through, you know. So that's how far they're willing to go to be upset that I wanted to have lunch or dinner with my dad once without everyone else present. I wanted to know who my dad was without everybody else. I just wanted to spend time with my dad. So my parents were divorced when I was 2, so ever since I was 2-3 years old, when I visited my dad, I also visited his second wife and her kids. And nowhere in all those years did he once, or anyone once think, oh, you know what, you know, nowhere did my dad think, I think I'll just take my 2 daughters out, because technically the weekends are for quality time with the dad, unless you're the other family. Oh, well, that's what the court ordered. So even though it wasn't like, it's just the way that the divorce court handled it. It's not like there were abuses or this, that, the other. It's more like, so they had to rub it in, be more mafia-minded folks. Well, they just said every other weekend. That's what he's supposed to do. That's it. Nowhere once did he think on his own and say, I just want to spend time with my 2 daughters. Like, no offense to anyone else, but that's normal. People should normally say, you know what, you know, this is quality time with their dad, not their dad and some other family who gets to hog him all the time, right? So, but asking for, asking for one lunch or dinner without everyone else around turned into Sharon being slaughtered indirectly and invisibly. I am so not kidding. Oh, what? You don't want us around? It's like I just wanted lunch once with my dad by himself. That's it. That's my biggest ask. Oh, that's all you wanted? Okay, we'll take everything from the will then. See how that worked, that mentality? That's their mentality. It's in the realm of the Waterbury, Connecticut. It's the same mentality. A woman who, some bizarro situation where somehow the evil people got custody. I don't know what was going on with the biological family, but some kid is found 20 years later, or an adult, looking like a child, emaciated, and so forth and so on. And as soon as I saw that woman, bam, I was like, oh, I recognize it's not the looks of the person, although there are slight resemblances. I recognize a certain mentality that hides deeply within people who appear to be, you know, living large and enjoying life. You can still trap people invisibly. People can be blocked invisibly. So, you want to have lunch with your dad? We got to get our people on that. Block you all over the place. Visibly and invisibly. That's how crazy that is. So, crazy making. And then they would quickly say, oh no, you're crazy. You see how abusers want you to look crazy while you are desperately trying to cry out for help. I had to pay for a therapist to figure out how to communicate and try to have the balls to ask my dad to go to dinner or lunch. So there's that money I had to put forward without, I was barely making a living because I had a hard time finding good work. And when you have a hard time finding good work, it means you work with people who are idiots. Case in point. Even people who look professional can still be idiots. Well, Legos aren't going to hold it up, right? What if there's an earthquake and you had to keep your lemonade from spilling? And it's a Lego question. And I guess it's about building contracting, but still, Legos don't really do much. How involved are they in the contractor world of making good materials and sound, solid buildings that don't fall over from neat architecture? Lot full, and then this will light up when it's filled up. Just like in another video I was talking about that parking garage and the blue lights light up like the P, the A, the R, the K. So a whole bunch of people turn their heads that way, I get it.
Sign is on across the 23rd. 23rd. Walk sign is on across the 23rd. 23rd. Walk sign is on across the 23rd. 23rd. Walk sign is on across the 23rd.
So we have new. Technically, it's still a little bit drying here. It's not bad, but it's still on the drying side. So we'll just sort of do that, just to be nice, you know. It's on the edge, like technically you can scrape it away with a foot, but it's mostly dried. That cement block there. It looked a little too wet, so I was like, I won't step in it because, again, back to the mentality. What if you're buried in cement somewhere? Hey, these are nightmare scenarios for people who care about people who go missing. And that's the type of death threats I got. Indirectly. It's hard to explain. I had to learn that the world works even way higher into the universe than you can imagine. Invisibly. You thought your house was haunted. So funny. Nope. It would be haunted by jackasses.